Good afternoon, everyone. I wanted to talk to you today, to all the members of the New York City Police Department, uniform and civilian, and give you the latest update about what we know and where we are as a department. Currently, our sick rate is about triple of what it normally is. We're sitting at right now over 3,200 members of the service that are confirmed out sick. Not all from this virus, but certainly that's what's driving it. We also have 236 confirmed tests back positive for the coronavirus. Obviously, all of these numbers are deeply troubling. This is not an NYPD disease. This is a New York City disease, but there's no disputing. You are on the front lines of this. Not only you, but your families, your coworkers, and again, it's really all about all New Yorkers at this point. But I couldn't be more proud of the work that you are doing. You got to take every necessary precaution in this fight against really a silent enemy. So whether it's wearing gloves, whether it's washing hands, whether it's social distancing, on or off duty, your biggest danger may be when you go home to your family. Everything that you can do to put yourself and your family in a good place, keep them safe. The sick numbers, as I said, are growing, so what are we doing about it? Later this week, either Friday or Monday, probably operational, we'll have a mini task force of between 500 and 600 members of the service. Chief Spinell has done a lot of good work on this, put it together in rapid form. They're going to be operational, up and running. Where? All 5 boroughs. What's their main function? It's going to change day to day. But the immediacy is backfilling patrol, backfilling numbered squads where that's appropriate. We're also backfilling numbered squads, obviously, with Detective Bureau personnel to keep the day-to-day job running. We're also going to be taking up tasks that we didn't before this pandemic struck. We're going to be covering hospitals. We're going to be covering streets that are closed. We're going to be covering parks. We're going to be covering hospitals again. With what purpose? People lining up, people getting nervous. You are what is saving people here, and you're giving them a sense of calm during all this. Food supplies, all of these things, critical, and you're going to do it, and I know you're going to do it very well. Are we going to go to 12-hour tours? We're not there yet. Between reshuffling the personnel that we have, even with people working from home, we're not at this point in time close to 12-hour tours. You know this job as well as I do. Within 2 days, that could change. But right now, I'm doing everything possible to push that off. I know how traumatic that can be for family life. Make a very difficult job even more difficult. So right now, we're in good shape. But again, what should you do? Be ready. Be ready, have your uniform ready. Be ready to pick up the slack for the man and woman next to you that's out sick, because we're going to need you to step in until they come back. And speaking of coming back, tremendously good news. 2 members of the service due to come back this Friday from positive corona tests. I couldn't be happier about it. Again, light at the end of the tunnel. One is a uniformed member of the service, one is a civilian member of the service. This disease does not discriminate, and again, we're all in this together. So be ready, have the uniform ready, and I couldn't, again, be more proud of you. What happens when you are sick or you're exposed? Well, here's what you need to know first and foremost. If you are sick, do not come to work. Call in sick. It helps not spread the disease, in plain English. What happens if you're on a job and you can't avoid it and you're subjected to somebody that is COVID positive? The basic thing you got to remember, call the sick desk and be guided by their instructions. You might not be quarantined. It's going to depend if you're symptomatic, but your case is going to be reviewed by a panel, and that panel includes more than one doctor. So I feel as good as I can during this crisis that we're doing everything about keeping our employees safe there. If we have a location in the NYPD where we have a positive test for COVID, we're sending a new clean team in there. Don't be scared when you see them come in the Tyvek suits. That's their protocol. That's what they're doing. They're doing an extra deep cleaning of this facility. But we also have hired over 100 additional cleaners on board in less than 2 weeks. The first groups were hired this week, and they're out in the field already. Not all 100, but by the end of the week, all 100 should be. What's more important than the employees of the NYPD? I would argue nothing. And we're trying to do everything possible to keep you safe during this extremely difficult time. Equipment, whether it's gloves, whether it's masks, whether it's N95 masks, whether it's Tyvek suits, whether it's a bar of soap. All of them are on supply, all of them are ordered. If you do not have enough, what should you do? You should let your boss know, and there's protocols in place to get to the field what is needed. We are not without right now, so there should be no command without the supply of these items. That doesn't mean that we can hand them all out. We have to conserve because we're projecting forward. And when you look at our sick rates and what many of the experts say here, this thing is far from the end. It's continuing to grow. So caution, 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 but we will do everything to keep you safe and your family safe. I would argue that the eyes of the world right now are on us. I have no doubt in my mind that as time passes and they look back at this period of time, they're going to know and say what I already know. They're going to say that you are the best goddamn police department in the world. You make me proud, be safe, and all of this information and more is going to be on a link, and that link is going to be shot out to your department phones. It's going to be shot out to the department intranet site. Give me a couple days, it'll be up there, and all of this information, fluid and moving, will be co-located so that you can have all the current information that you need to keep New Yorkers safe. Thank you, and God bless.